What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Brandon or Dagger coming at you guys with a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about how to make your Type R faster, quicker than what it is, but still a perfect daily and is still reliable power. Just a little disclaimer, when you are modifying a car, you are technically losing reliability in terms of the fact of you're modifying your car. By reliable, I mean it's still a good daily. You can daily this car every single day, and that's exactly what I do with this car. I literally drive this car every single day. I have, I've beaten on this car on the way to work. I've also chilled on my way to work. So I feel like I have a good say of what you can do to this car to still make it your perfect daily, to where it's not pushing a whole lot of crazy power. This video would be perfect for people who are trying to buy a Type R that's trying to make it a little bit quicker, or if you have a Type R, you want to make it quicker, or people in the future who buy a Type R and they want to make it a little bit quicker. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And I also want to note that I am in a parking garage, which I'm never in, by the way. So hopefully I don't get kicked out of here. Back at home, I had no problem filming in parking garages. So hopefully the security's cool here. But we're going to go outside and talk about it. Just for reference, just so you guys can kind of understand where this car kind of baselines. It's supposed to be pushing 306 horsepower and 295 or 96 horsepower from factory, which for most people, a daily driver, that's pretty good. But someone like me, and probably most people like you, probably want to still modify and make it a little bit quicker, but it's still reliable and still a perfect daily. A lot of the modifications that I'm going to be talking about is everything that I have pretty much done to the car. I have driven a couple other Type Rs that are also crazy and not so crazy, and I feel like where I'm sitting at with this car right now makes it the perfect daily. So without further ado, I'm going to open the hood and let's talk about the mods that you need to make this car quicker and the perfect daily. So excuse how dirty the engine bay is. I do have to detail it. I will not knock you for that, but here it is. The motor that comes inside it is a K20C1, and K20 from past generations are known to be really strong, really reliable, and have a lot of power. There's about a couple things that I would do when you first get the car for engine mods that I would suggest. Number one being the PRL or Surimoto Flex Fuel Kit. This car loves ethanol. It loves the 85. Trust me, power that you get from that itself is more than enough, and probably more that you will probably really ever need. Since I put that on this car feels a lot more awake. Ethanol itself feels really good. You just can't knock ethanol. This car loves it, but in order to run that, you also need one important thing. And that one thing is a Honda or K20 unit. Now, I do use Honda on my Type R, if you've seen in previous videos. This is the only thing that I've ran for years. I ran 3 of my cars, which is my FK7, my FC3, my FC1, and now the Type R. So Honda is the perfect way to go when it comes to building any kind of power. Even the base maps that are loaded on this thing are perfect for the daily driving. Paired with the 85, you're gonna have a lot of fun. With the unit paired with the PRL, this car just feels a whole lot better. Like I said, the Honda Flash Pro unit is loaded with pre-base map tunes that are from Honda that they've done their testing on. They've done probably thorough testing, probably hours and hours of testing. And that alone, like I said, when I ran base map, it really woke up the car. One thing that you really need with this car as well, if you have Honda and PRL, is a solid tune. Though the base map tunes are perfect for this car, it just needs a little bit more. It needs to dig a little bit deeper and have a little bit more, which is where Parametrics comes into play. If you guys did not know, the car is loaded on Parametrics Stage 2, which is their ethanol tune for the kit. It's their 85 tune, and let me tell you, I mean, you guys have seen the videos, it wakes the car up 100,000%. I keep saying waking up because from factory, this car is quick, but there's a lot of more power and a lot more opportunity that the car has to offer that is not unlocked yet. So with Parametrics and with a solid tune, this car just feels a whole 10 times better. Though a lot of people probably still run the base map tune as well. I'm not knocking you, but I'm just letting you know, getting a solid tune for the car, whether you're getting Pro tuned or E-tuned, trust me, it makes the car feel a whole lot better. Before I get moving on, if you guys want to run the same tune that I am running, make sure you guys click the link down below. It is the Parametric Stage 2 tune. Let them know that I sent you. It's what I've been running for years. I've had it on my SI as well when I had the 271 turbo kit, the ethanol, the 85, the full bolt-ons, and everything else. So if you guys want a solid power tune, Parametrics is the way to go, baby. Also, if you did not know, the Honda or the Type R is known for overheating issues, right? The one thing to kind of help get rid of that is supporting mods. So whether you need an intercooler, which I actually don't have yet, which should be coming very, very soon. Having a solid intake. I do have the street map, which I'll be updating to the race map hopefully very, very soon as well. Downpipe, front pipe, and exhaust all the way through. So I guess the car is technically full bolt-ons, though I don't have a turbo inlet pipe, which is not on the car at all, which I'm probably gonna get in the future. And without having a big turbo kit, this car is more than enough. Like I said, all you really need to push power and daily power is Honda, flex fuel, and a solid tune. Those are the top 3 things that you're gonna need. As when it comes to bigger turbo and when it comes to fuel injectors, I'm not talking about that this video, but that's really if you wanna go crazy and outside, and you'll probably have to get a clutch. You'll probably need all kinds of things, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the perfect daily power again. So the top things you will need: Honda, a solid tune, and a flex fuel kit. So with that, this is outside. This is all personal recommendation. I do recommend new tires and wheels. Now obviously I am running teens on here. I'm not running the 20s that the stock car comes with. And I have bigger tires, which are the 265, 35, 18 tires, which are summer tires as well. So that's just kind of to hold the power down. I feel like if you run the 20s and you have this much power, that's, you know, a good amount of power, you're gonna spend a lot. So having some meaty boys on there definitely is a thumbs up and will help you out when it comes to putting the power down and not just spinning the whole entire time. Like I did mention, this car does have a downpipe, front pipe, intake, and exhaust all the way through. Those are just supporting mods. Intercooler's on the way. If you guys didn't know, the Type R is known for overheating. So that's one of the things that I should have really got first. But ethanol kind of brings the temps a little bit down. So hopefully I can get an intercooler soon and keep the temps down a lot more. Though this car isn't a track car, it is my daily car, and I don't want the daily car to overheat, especially when it's hot out here, because California can get a little hot. So I don't want the car overheating. But to better explain it, those are the top 3 things that you really need. You know, I have not dynoed the car yet. It has yet to be dynoed, so hopefully I can get a dyno done pretty soon and kind of see what numbers these are making. And that's pretty much what I have all for you guys. I mean, that's really the main mods that you need to create power out of this motor and out of this engine. And I know to a lot of people, or a lot of people are going to be talking on the internet, talking about, well, it's not 500 horsepower, it's slow, this and that. Those are probably the kids that probably don't even have a car. So if you're a TikTok troll, or if you're a troll in general, I don't need that. I know there's probably going to be some trolls out there that are talking about, well, if it's not 500 horsepower, it's slow. Anything below 500 is slow. But at the end of the day, like I said, this is a daily driver. This is a daily setup that you could drive every single day. It's front wheel drive, and a lot of people are gonna knock that as well, saying that it's a front wheel drive. It's not a fast car. It's not a cool car. Trust me, this car with this setup, it feels a lot better than it did stock. And it's really easy to achieve power, and those 3 things can help you build a decent amount of power on this car. Now obviously when it comes to meth injection and having, you know, different fuel injectors and all that kind of stuff will obviously help push the car a lot more. Building the block, and obviously that will construct it a little bit stronger, but I'm not here to talk about that. This is how to daily it again. I keep saying that. Something that people keep asking me too is if I'm going to be getting a big turbo kit for this car. Eventually I'm going to be getting a big turbo kit, but as of right now I am not, only because I really want to get all the supporting mods first before I go big and crazy and get a big turbo kit. So that's something that's on my mind right now, is eventually I do want to go big turbo, but I want to make this thing look a little bit nicer. I mean, as aggressive as it is, I want to get a little add-ons. Like I said, the Mugen kit is something that I want to get done. A different kind of wing for sure I want to get done. Maybe a carbon fiber hood. So there's a number of things that I want to do to this car, obviously, but the big turbo kit probably isn't for now, but for sure definitely in the future. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the video. Like I said, this car is just, it's 10 times better once you add those 3 simple things. And if you have those 2 things, if you have an ethanol, if you have an 85 kit, and you have Honda in your car right now, and you guys are running the base map tune, make sure you guys go download and get a solid tune, because trust me, it wakes the car up about that much more, and it's enjoyable. It's very enjoyable to run. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it isn't too long. I'm pretty sure it's a very short video. I just kind of want to go on here and talk to you guys because I feel like it's one of my most asked questions, or one of the topics that I get asked about a lot, is building power, and if it's reliable. And is my car reliable? Do I trust it to drive it every single day? The answer is yes. I drive this car literally every single day. I can't get tired of it, and probably won't get tired of it. This is my fastest car that I've owned, and it's a lot of fun, and we still have more to unlock. So just stay tuned for that. But if you guys are enjoying the content, please make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys are brand new here. I will be making more content. Don't worry, the 11th gen content is on the way. So if you guys are ready for that, please give this video a thumbs up. We have parts coming for that car, so just be ready. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys have not already. I will see you guys in the next video. Dab, peace.